Okay, air signs, here we go. Going heavily into the spiritual side this week. May not resonate with everyone. There's things I'm just forgetting, but nonetheless, may not resonate with everyone. The usual, take what fits, leave what don't. Away we go. So yeah, the energy's coming at me saying, you know what? We're going to leave the romance aside for now and deal with just individual spirituality. So here we go. So we're going to start with Aquarius, then Gemini, then Libra. And I've already done the Earth. So they'll be in limbo land there, wherever YouTube takes them in betwixt, until they scan them or whatever they do with them. Okay, so this is the Aquarius. Here we go. I feel like I'm missing something or something's wrong, but hopefully not. Okay, there we go. Yeah, my off here. Okay. Youth. We start out with the youth for Aquarius. In a moment. Usually with this card comes the energy of learning lessons, right? But not only that, an old soul wanting to come forth. This child is too young to have life lessons, but nonetheless, I get the feeling that he is charged with such. So a sense of inner knowing that we have lessons installed in us is the force of going outward with that. Seems to be the premise here is we have what it takes, we're just not utilizing it in our life path. This is what I'm feeling very highly. Not only that, but this people who resonate with the rest of this reading are highly guided. This dog as a companion. To a degree, we know our guides, we're dealing with our guides one-on-one. The companionship between Aquarius and their spirit guide seems to be highly evolved. That's what they said. Evolved is the word. It's okay. Next, the wisdom, right? So being downloaded with a lot of wisdom, not only this week, but as we've come forward here, they're going, not a lot of it has come forth. But there is no choice at this time. Now, again, talking about these portals, they say, or whatever, every month, like 22, 33, 444, they take the numbers and they expose portals, and I'm kind of like, whatever. To me, but after I did the last reading, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm feeling. It's like I'm sitting in a tunnel, and normally when, like I had posted on my page on Infinity Readings there, the Schumann resonance and the feeling, to me, what it feels like as an intuitive with all the downloads that I get on a daily basis, it'd be like walking with, a 5K wind blowing in your face, just enough to cool you off and keep you nice and breezy. You're not sweating, you're not, it's just nice. And with this full moon, it's like, man, we're in a wind tunnel. That's what it feels like. That's the difference between the information coming. It's usually a soft breeze here and there, and we can be very passive in taking it or not. And now I feel like it's a wind tunnel of information coming, and it's like we really have to be aware of what we're dealing with here. Because I feel like the Aquarians are going to get hit. Obviously, this is the moon, right? Going to get hit the most by this, depending on how it is laid out in your chart. But nonetheless, being a sun sign, moon influence is going to be highly pivotal. Okay, anyway, we have the wisdom. We're being downloaded with that, and double up on that over these next 5 days, okay? Next card, thought. Yeah. See, yeah, they're going normally. Things are in consecutive order, or what we perceive to be consecutive. which is we think of things, then we take it into our heart and we act outward. They're going, this is the way it should be. But the Aquarius is acting, thinking, and then, or acting, taking it to heart, and it's all kind of mixed up there. This makes more room for spiritual errors, they're saying. So just keep that in mind. I'm on this wave, so I think they're talking to me as well. Inaccuracies come when we do it this way. So we want to make sure that we are downloading through our heart and our mind before we go outward to take action. Because we're really taking action before it's gone through all the proper channels, what they're saying. Okay, got it. Next, on top of the youth again. So like youth, right? They don't really think things through. They don't really go down the channels. They just act, and then they learn that lesson, right? And they're going, now we have to really watch our step because we are in this pattern of action, but we have to reverse it when it's needed the most. So on top of that, to clarify, we have the moon. This is interesting to me because highlighting the star here, and there's the moon. And again with the dogs or the wolves, right? The companions. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot here we're not going to understand. I think this is really hitting on the, I mean, this is Aquarius, this is the full moon. This is a warning. They're going, we are in reverse order. We need to slap it back into proper proportions here. Again, we're acting on things we have not gone through thought process or in our heart, and we have to reverse that. It's going to be a hard sell for the Aquarius, is the sense they're giving me. Why? Because we're really going to jump into things on the wrong side of the tracks here if we don't let it go through our mind and heart first. So be wary of that, because that is where fine lines, especially if you're deeply embedded in this spiritual process, get tripped up by the wrong side of the energy. So that's what they're warning. Okay, so this is where we go. Yeah, I'll have to meditate on that one. Wisdom. Again, we have the knowledge to discern here. On top of that, we get the sun. Yeah, look at sun, moon. Hold on here. Basically, sun, moon, and stars are all right here. There's the star, there's the moon. Because they're going, the sun will shine. Joy will be the result if we use our wisdom along with our heart. This is where we want you to go. They're saying, okay, the thought process, what goes on there, the fool, right. They're going, don't be foolish with the way, shortcuts with our thought process. An ability to jump over things spiritually is what I'm getting here. It's like I want to get to the end. The Aquarius energy, right? The age of Aquarius, the song that came through me this morning. And then Aquarius, like what? It's the moon, right? So all this stuff they're throwing at me today. Yeah, I'm going to have to go in there and have a private convo with this because they're going, we're deeply rooted in our pattern of thinking. We need to uproot this quickly and precisely because, like slowly and methodically, because if we continue in this vein, we will be illuminated quite quickly, but we don't want you to go down that path because it pulls quite heavily. If we're in a wind tunnel and we take off, we're going to veer off quite quickly and we're going to be forced off in that direction is what they're showing me. Like we're in the flow. We got to stay in the flow. If we veer off, it's going to be hard right or hard left. And they don't want you going that way because it's hard to get back into the stream. Is hard to get back. That's what they're showing me, okay, spiritually. So relax. When in doubt, don't act out. Oh, this is funny. This is what they're telling me. So, here we go. This could be interesting. Oh, they're going, your mic is off. Hold on here. I might have been right out of there. Is anybody? There's nobody in here. Shit. I don't know. I might have been right off. But anyway, I'm not going to repeat. I can't repeat. But anyway. Yeah. So anyway, deeply rooted in bad habits spiritually. We got to reverse those. And we also got to take heed that the moon is here to trip us up. And it will if we do not take the time to go about spiritually the process that we're going. Again, we need to think about how deeply rooted we are in our path here. So to expand a little more, the moon, 10 of Pentacles. So we had the star child, the youth behind, kind of showing how youth will jump at things and learn lessons later. They're going, no, we have the knowledge to overt. We have a lot of these lessons ingrained already, but if we go down the wrong paths, we're going to be learning lessons we've already learned, and we don't want to do that. So the 10 of Pentacles is about family pleasures. So this may be where it's prominent in your family unit. We may have to watch that we're not tripped up in this direction, making decisions here that can harm those in the or like they're showing me breakup families. So watch for darkness within the family. That's what I'm getting. Now on the Sun card, wisdom. Again, we have the inner wisdom. We just need to slow down long enough to catch up to all of this stuff, and the Sun will lead us in the right direction. Now, what do we get? We get the Knight of Wands coming in. Now, that is a adventurous, enthusiastic traveler. And the sense that they're giving me from this is the energy we're taking on. We're really going forward, and we want to go into this energy that's, coming toward us because we're quite excited. But at the same time, we got to watch for foul ups is what they said. I don't know how to say it any other way. Now the Fool, again, being deeply rooted in the way that we go about things, solving problems, learning lessons. This is going to be adapted. So what do we get here? We get the Magician in the flow. Stay in the flow of what comes at us. Don't try and jump ahead. Okay. This is what they're saying. We're trying to jump ahead of everybody. We know it is wrong. We're feeling a disconnect there. It's like, I just want to go. I want to get there. So a sense that the Aquarian may be on the front line here, wanting to go a little further, a little faster. And they're going, no, we have all the tools to do this successfully. We have to have somewhat patience in all of this stuff. We need to think about what we're doing before we act here. So it's a strong ability to act from something without going through the proper channels to realize what we're doing. Okay, so this could end up in a wrong way. And the thing is here, the wrong way is not being seen at all by the Aquarius. So this could really be in any way. Family pleasures having to do with those that we consider family is what I get. So be aware of that being kind of the focal point. So as we move a little deeper here, first card we get with the masculine and feminine is masculine, and it's about perfection. We had this in the last one. They're going, in this case, we want to think about doing things to perfection. We want everything to line up, balance out, and equalize. We don't want to be running, with half our tools falling out our backpack, that kind of thing. That's what they're giving me a sense of. We're running headlong. It's like running headlong to the party, and it's like we're losing half of our tools as we go. So they're like, if we just slow down and hang on to things, we'll make progress. It's okay. We're all good, right? So the sense of perfection here is like, slow down, or we're gonna be spotty with that perfect landing on the other side. Next card, organization. What the hell? This was completely backwards of one of the Earth signs here. Nonetheless, organization, keep things organized. And they're going back to these cards saying we are in an unorganized order. We are not taking our thought process in the right like in the greater scheme of things, we're not processing things in the right order. We're taking action on things we don't understand. We're going forward with things we don't understand the emotional process of either. We need to stop and take toll of that. We need to take toll of our heart and then our thoughts. Both of those have to be in gear before we move on things. So for some reason, I feel like this has to do with the instinct. It's like we're getting an instinct, and before we'd even download it all the way, we're jumping and running. And to a certain degree, I can relate to this because even in today, it's like I got to get in there, I got to do the and they're like, just chill, And so the process here is to think a little bit before we just spit everything out. Let it download. And I took most of the day to absorb stuff coming in, let it rest, and then went out instead of starting first thing in the morning and just shooting out the readings. So I don't know if that's a good, if I'm correct here, or I still got work to go, but nonetheless, changing the nature of how we do things. They're just jumping over hoops here that we're just not processing properly. The next card we get is a feminine card, and it talks about self-esteem, and they're going in the whole scheme of things. Once we slow things down, this will really get our self-esteem a chance to catch up, because they're showing me like the Aquarian running, and it's like their self-esteem is falling behind. Why? Because they're not quite caught up with everything. They're going so fast spiritually. They want to go so fast ahead of themselves that they're not quite aligned. They're not aligned. Heart, thought, whatever. All of it's having a hard time catching up. So slow down, process, mind, heart, and we'll come out with a better sense of self-esteem through this, and also a greater way to help those outside of us, because there's a lot of Aquarians out there scrambling to try and help everybody. Come on, let's go. Like they're running, but they're towing about 3 people behind them, right? So they're going, it's just best. Then we just let the others catch up, and, and nobody's, it's not, I think the heart of the Aquarian is just excited because they're going full long into this. But at the same time, they're going, it's just going to be more, what's the word? Gratifying in the end if we just slow it back a bit. We're overzealous. That's what they're giving me. So 2 masculines and a feminine energy. So on top of this perfection, which the universe is kind of chuckling, going, yeah, we got to perfect this process of going forward because it's not in the right vein. We get cycles. Okay. And look at all the planets. Yeah, I think they're winking at me here about the moon, and all of this energy coming today is going to give us a good opportunity to flip gears. Okay. Oh, man. So by that, I mean like from going to fast forward to play. Instead of, we just play, let everything unwind in natural time. They're going there. There's no need to rush, because if we rush, nothing's going to happen until the rest catch up anyway. So we're just going to be sitting there twiddling our thumbs, as they're telling me. So just, come along with the group and everything will go fine. So cycles here, I feel, has to do with lessons. I feel like we might be needing to review those lessons that we've learned. We may not be looking back enough, right? This is one of the things they said you can do, is look back on the lessons that we've learned over this time spiritually. And this is a broad spectrum. They're going, what have we learned over this time, and how are we going to take it forward, and how are we going to be different as we move forward? A lot of this is there, but not, there's not enough thought that went into it, is what they're telling me. Okay, so on top of the organization, I feel like I'm getting tapped on the fingers. Again, organizing our spiritual life, slow it down, overzealous, all of that. So along with that, we have rigid. Yeah. And I feel like, okay, what they're telling me is I was going along the lines. I feel like they're being rigid in the way that they're wanting to go forward in their way, like overzealous. And they're going, no, not just to deal with that, but there are issues coming up here and we are skipping over them. And there is no of this. They're going, we cannot do this. This energy that's moving us forward, they're basically saying if we do not gain these lessons, we never gain these lessons. So we want to be aware, highly aware of what we do when we go forward, because it's going to lock us in for quite a while into an energy field that's just not going to change. So that's news to me. So be aware over this time. This is only 5 days to do this. So this is what is ingrained at this time. They're going highly. Yes. So we need to take a tally, 1 to 10. What did we learn? Bring it to the surface, because that tunnel of air that's coming through is going to push everything that we don't have on the surface away, is the way they're showing me. It's like, normally you don't want to take your baggage with you, but they're going baggage, but in a good way. Our lessons, in a good way. We really have the ability to lose a lot of things over this time, and lessons can be one of them. So it's interesting. I don't know how to express that other than what I said. So I'll leave it at that. The rigidness is in some lessons here and learning of them. They're going, it's best to look back, not to try and gain any more lessons at this point. It's like we're in the eye of the storm. There is nothing coming in at this time. It's just silent. It's just a pause. So it's best to just be aware of what we've learned, where we're at, and then go forward from there. Because they're going, at this point, if we try and grasp, we're going to actually lose. How do you explain that? We're going to actually lose what we've already got. I don't know. It just, the way they're showing me is like literally somebody in a wind tunnel. And if they don't grab those lessons, the energy fields of those lessons, and ingrain them, it's like part of it gets taken away if we're not aware. So hopefully that processes. So that's the rigidness they're talking about, is these lessons that we have to brush up on. That's what they're saying. Okay. I'm learning too. So self-esteem, this is what it has to do with, and we want to make sure we have as much of our self-esteem intact as we go forward here. It's almost like there's only so much you can take with you, right? This is the sense they're giving me. This is news to me. On the self-esteem, again, the reminder, learn your lessons. What have you learned? Yeah, heavily, these Aquarians got to be aware of what they've learned up to now. There's no more. You cannot gain anymore at this point. We are at a checkpoint. Take what you got and go forward. I hope that's translating. Okay. Yeah. So on top of the cycles, again, the lessons that we've had and all the planets, like, is kind of like all the layers of lessons that we've learned over time. Bring them forward into your consciousness and take them into where we're going. It's almost like we're going into a time warp. Hang on to your lessons, because here we go. If you don't bring them with you, that they get lost, and then we are under the how you say, underpowered or whatever. It's hard to express. Now 30, rigid. Again, that's about learning. I feel like really what they're trying to say is we're scrambling because we can feel that time's up. We need to go forward, and maybe a deficit here of lessons, but they're going, don't worry about what we need to learn. Just worry about what we have learned, bring that forward, and then away we go. I don't know. Again, okay, so I'm clarifying the cycles. Sorry, I'm all over the place here. Cycles, what do we get on that? Follow the moon. Funny guys. Look at them go. Okay, so where we started here with perfection, and the moon was in this angle here in the last set of cards with this one, right? Look at all the planetary action. They're really emphasizing this highly. And the secrecy, the sense that we know but we don't know, which is really still where I'm sitting. Follow the moon. Now that is, they're saying the heart and the emotions. This is what, again, this has been the mantra since I started. But halfway through, I was, they're going, yeah, the heart is very important where we're going. I feel like we're, for takeoff here. We're cleared for takeoff is what's going on. Spiritually, there's a takeoff here in the next 5 days. What the hell? But anyway, on top of the rigid stance, I feel like that has to do with the lessons. They're telling you to follow the moon, follow your emotions, go back, emotionally process, autopsy things, right? Lessons that you've been through. It says on top of that, time to reflect. Exactly. Go over it, remember it, bring it forward. I don't know. I don't want to say it's like a time warp, but how else can you explain it? But they are showing me. They're showing me like a capsule in space, just hovering there. And then all of a sudden, whoosh, it takes off. And suddenly that mental energy that you had there is not going to be where you go. So you really got to program it. Do you get my drift? This is what I'm getting. This is the sense they're giving me. How this applies as we go forward, I guess it's going to unfold. So you really can't know this before. I mean, that's as good as it gets for explaining what's happening. It is like a warp, but it's like a knowledge warp. So we really have to be, I don't know how to explain. We really have to carry it in our forefront here and be aware of it. Because if it's way in the background, it's going to just get lost. Now, again, reminder, don't forget your lessons. Don't forget just heavily for these Aquarians. I feel like it's overall, but the Aquarians are going to be at fault the most out of all the zodiacs for letting, like, being mixed up, for not bringing their stuff forward. So on top of that, we have respect your boundaries. They're going, this has a lot to do with it. We do not, okay. They're going, the freedom fighters, we can't have no boundaries. We have to have our boundaries. They're going, we have learned this up to now. This is where it sits. Thank you. I was like, what is it they got to take? Because I feel like we're going to miss what it is. They're going, it's boundary setting. We have to have and keep these boundaries in the future in order to make progress. Some people, they just no boundaries. I was one of those in the past. Absolutely. People walk all over me. Go ahead. Come on. Bring a friend. Let's just stomp, harder. Like it was crazy. I had no boundaries, but I didn't know. I didn't know I needed them. So how do you tell someone you need boundaries when they don't know? So this is the thing here. This is what it really has to do. Reminder to set boundaries, stand up for your boundaries. What did they say? Maintenance of this. That's all what we need to reflect on up to now, where we've set our boundaries and what we will and will not allow as we go forward into this time warp after this new moon. Oh, they're just giving it to me that way. But anyway, the animal card to end it all off. Whew, crazy energy. The dolphin and talking about happiness. We can get to our happiness, right? And again, no boundaries is no fun. So we have boundaries. Then people have to respect that. And also we are respect. It builds that frequency. So they're just saying be aware of that. Again, pregnancy here, moon and whatnot. We may have people how do I say that gracefully? We may have some people, this is interesting to me, I don't know. We may have people who are affected highly by this moon in a sexual kind of way. Boom, there it is. Be careful for pregnancies. If you want or do not want, this is something. This may be a boundary that you have. If you do, maintain it in whatever way that you want, okay? I am getting interesting energy, but I'm going to leave it there. Basically, they're saying some people may, on this full moon phase, a lot of energy for intimate action. I'll leave it at that. Okay? So it's all good. Happiness is abound. Again, learning your lessons, reviewing your lessons, and taking that forward so you can keep your boundaries in the future. There's some kind of an energy flux for sure. This is a big one for Aquarius, no less. They're going to need to be highly aware of their boundaries so they can upkeep them. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. So that is Aquarius for the week. Ooh, heavy duty. Now we go to Gemini. Man, Gemini's readings have been all over the place, so we'll see what happens now. 3042. King of Air. So we are the king of our element. Yeah, this was last week as well, I think. Was it Gemini? I'm not even sure. Anyway, what am I getting here? I'm getting vocals. Before I was not getting vocals. This was stuck in someone's head. Again, I don't know if this was Gemini from last week or not, but anyway, they're saying we are now speaking up quite highly and quite forcefully. We have made up our mind in a direction and we are going to speak of this, and action will be made from this. Though it has not yet happened, we are speaking outward, is what they're saying. The Gemini speaking outward. Next card, three of fire, which to me looks very much like the Fool taking off in a new direction. They're going, yes, this is the way that it is, absolutely. Going forward in the new energy. There's this, these air signs are flipping switches all over the place. They're going in new directions, feeling driven quite highly. Okay, next. 7. Of fire, no less. Just give me moments here. I'll let this guy's smirk get through. This has a devious energy to me. Okay. I feel like this is someone in the Gemini's life trying to conjure up something, good or bad, I don't know. I feel like that's who they've put their foot down with. That's who they're communicating with. That's who they want to go forward to in that way. But I feel the energy stops right in between. So we may have had, the Gemini wants to go in that direction to deal with this person, but the person is having a hard time dealing with what was said. This could be. And therefore is trying to deal with things in that way, in a fiery way. Now, this snake is coming out to me quite highly. And of course, there's a lotus there, right? And the lotus grows in the darkness of the swamp. And again, that bowl is full of darkness. And it's almost like she's praying over this, like conjuring up darkness. So we may have had an instant of dealing with someone who has some dark energy around them. And I'm not too sure if they want to cleanse that or not. But I know the Gemini has put a boundary up to this person and said, this is this and that's that. And this person is now thinking about what to do with what the Gemini said. Okay, the King of Air. He is standing in his power, I'll tell you that. Next card is the World Energy. That is the completion. That is the completion. So this energy, and again, I'm getting a masculine energy here. He has put his foot down in an area over someone here who is spewing out quite dark energy. Deviousness, I feel the Gemini's picked up on this. They are putting a completion to the putting up of this. They're ending this cycle here. So again, I feel like the Gemini is still going in that person's direction, no less. The energy is still going there, but they're not looking that person in the eye. They're just saying, here we go. I put a boundary down. What are you going to do? So this person is now, again, they're still got that snake wrapped around their hand, which is shifty. But at the same time, they haven't made up their mind, is the sense I'm getting. So anyway, on top of the journeying forward, and I feel like the Gemini wants to go forward, whether this person, how do you say, bows down to them or not, they're going to move in the direction they want to go. Now, on top of that, we get the Five of Wands, which is about the struggle. So there might have been more of a fight here than initially I'm picking up on. Because the sense here, again, is the Gemini putting a foot down, and someone here have to acquiesce, as David would say, who has to bow down to that, who has to succumb to that. And they just, what are they going to do? Well, it's creating an argument. So there's obviously not an agreement here that there's a wrong. Okay. So on that energy of where the Gemini's energy is really going. On top of that, we get Knight of Cups. This is interesting. We're coming across a love situation. Because I'm like, are we clarifying this person's energy? They're going correct. It seems like the Gemini's going after this energy, but I feel a sense of putting a foot down. And it seems like this energy is going in the direction of offering love outward. Now, who this is or what, I don't know. I feel like it's not a partnership, but it could be. Okay? Just because I feel, the reason I don't feel it's a partnership is because the energy doesn't go back and forth. And in fact, it's very much still in the Gemini and still in this person. So I feel like it's an argument between two people that don't have love ties, but I could be wrong here. I've been wrong before. So as we move forward, 21, the World, there's an end of a cycle here. It could be the ending of a relationship, putting a foot down and then a person moving. This could be. Now, on top of that, to clarify, we get Seven of Wands, upper hand. Now, this is interesting because this is where the King of Air is. He's got the upper hand. Why? Because he is secure in his self-esteem that this is where he wants to come from, and he knows where he wants to come from, and he's taken a stand and he's said it. Now, it's interesting to me. They're going, look at the yellow and the crow's nose as well. It's all coming straight down the middle, right where we need it to land in truth and dignity. This person, this Gemini is definitely in the right here, and they know it. Okay, so here we go. On top of the Five of Wands. So right or wrong, right? This guy, he's moving forward. Again, taking a stand against this person who has wronged him. They said who has wronged him. Created an argument. Okay, so to clarify that, we get the Page of Swords. So alert, clear vision, facing issues head on. That's what happened here. Exactly what happened. That's really explaining the energy to a T. Is we had a situation here where we're seeing things absolutely clear. I feel like the Gemini's got not only got the upper hand, but they've got clear vision, truth, all of it. It's all there. And they're laying it out on the table. And interestingly enough, I feel this energy going in another direction, but I feel it physically staying. I feel the heart or the emotions going in a different direction, but I feel physically that person is in there. So it may be someone in our family that we may be rooming with, or a roommate literally that is there that we cannot physically get rid of that quickly. Like they can't just leave. They may live with us to a degree that we have to put up with that energy in our face all the time. But their interest is going outward. They're offering love in another direction. Okay, so to clarify the Knight of Cups, we have the Hierophant and Good Judgment. Now, this is interesting to me. It seems like that other direction for whatever reason. Now, if this is a love thing, it's really okay. No judgment. If this is a love thing, it doesn't kind of jive, but it's almost like universally they're putting the stamp on this person here going towards this love connection out there. Okay, so if that was a love thing, that's the way the universe is tilting. If this is someone in your family, we may be arguing over someone dating someone out of like we may not approve of someone. Like for a sister, say we're rooming with our sister, and we may not approve of who they go out with, but the universe is going, this is good judgment for them to go in that direction. This is what I'm getting. Or offering love in that direction, but there may be squabbles because of it. So maybe someone in our family that's just dating someone we don't approve of, that kind of thing. So I'm going to continue down the road here. Notice the yellow here as well. Got a lot of self-esteem in where we stand. We're very secure in where we stand, our opinion here, meaning don't back down. It's not the energy I feel, but for some reason I have to state that because maybe over time we'll get worn down. I don't know. So the masculine and feminine energies, we get a masculine energy here of inventiveness. I feel like over this time, there's, as you invent is a new thing, it's new energy, it's new. That's the sense I get here, is we're dealing with new issues, new scenarios, new ways that we are dealing with people. So no matter if this is a roommate, a family member, or a partner, there's a need to be inventive in the way that we move forward. We can't just do the same old things we're doing. We have to be inventive in the ways that we move forward spiritually. Hope I'm coming across. Okay, the next card is play. I do not feel that this is the energy of the Gemini. I feel like this may be the energy of the person that they're dealing with, this boundary that they're trying to set. I feel like that person is just in play mode. They're like, like I'm trying to get away with something here. Keep it on the down low. Don't tell nobody, that kind of thing. I feel like the Gemini is really working hard to deal with this. It's like unheard of or unfathomed. They just didn't know that they'd have to deal with things in this way. So there's a lot of learning curves here for the Gemini energy going outward with this person. It's not like the sense is in the Gemini's head, it's like, I don't know how to deal with this, but yet they're dealing with it. They are dealing with it. They are facing it head on. They're doing what they need to do. But in the Gemini's mind, they're going, I don't know how to deal with all this, but they are. Okay. So there's a sense here of someone playing with things to a high degree, and it may be frustrating for the Gemini in their field, whatever. Like I said, friend, family, whatever. Next card is leadership. Making its rounds there. I feel like this is the Gemini's energy again, the crow, right? Look at, hold on, not the crow, it's like an eagle. They're showing that right out, right? So taking charge and speaking forth, right? Taking the lead and making things happen. This is all good. They're going, yep, this is all good. This is all in the way that it should be. Sense we feel out of our element, but they're going, we're not. We're very much where we should be and doing what we should need to be doing in the way and process that we should be. Okay, so it's all good. Good gravy. Okay, next. On top of this, perfection. Is that perfection? No, into what? Oh yeah, innovativeness or whatever. Having to come up with new ideas to deal with this, new thought processes, new ways to think. On top of that, we get obedience. That's interesting. Yeah. This is showing a blindness to things. So this may be where the energy, because they're like, tell them that we need to stand our ground. We need to stay. Though they are not in that mode right now, we may fall back onto old habits. They're going, the old habits, blind it off, shut it down, don't look at it. Now we looking at it, facing it head on, dealing with it. They're going, this is the way it's done. How long have we gone in imbalance and not dealt with things properly? They're going, we were under their spell, obedience, we were obedient to them. This can be good if our eyes are open. Our eyes were sashed. This is not good. We need to see clearly everything. We did not in this situation. Now we do. Now we need to stay strong and firm Justice will prevail here in whatever way, shape, or form. Okay, so on the play card, and again, I feel that's the opponent of the Gemini here that they're dealing with, the boundary that they have to set. Hope card. I'm going to have to read from the book because they told me that, but this is about things that are not illuminated. So again, we're bringing up the eyes being covered and the play. So there's something this other person. Oh, it was weird. There's something that this person has access to that the Gemini does not. The sense I'm getting, and they're using that to their best ability. Okay, so on the hope card, I'm gonna. Oh, that's my cat. That's what it was. Okay, you stop. She's gonna have to get used to the readings because there's something here that they're going. We need to go over. Okay. When you choose the symbol of hope, know that no matter what temporary setbacks there may be in your life right now, light will return again. When the moon is hidden in the darkest forest, it's hard to see your next step, and it's easy to give in to the fear that there will never be safety or light again. And I am here to guide you when you have lost your way, whispering to you to maintain faith that good things will come your way once more. Take one step forward toward your dream, and I will take 2 steps towards you to help you achieve it. Have hope, and only good will come of it. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that we're not going backwards here. Yeah, very much in line with what I was getting intuitively, which was making sure that we see clearly and stay on our path that we're on now, because we're on the right one. And it took us a while to get there, but we're there, and do not waver. So about the leadership, taking the lead, I feel very much the Gemini's done this. Next, we get playful. What do you know? Playful energy. I feel like the Gemini, this is not the Gemini energy, but nonetheless, I mean, we've got a lot of play energy here, okay? Almost like someone's getting a kick out of things. Now, give me a moment. Yeah, somebody is very much... We are in different frequencies from this person, absolutely, at this point. The moon is highlighted in a lot of these things. This cat is playing with the moon. So there's somebody here playing with illusions, playing with the fact that they know things that you do not know, or they think that you do not know. The sense I was getting here is there is some stuff that Gemini is blind to yet that we need to uncover. We've uncovered, but there's still stuff here. It's not been revealed. So this moon, it will come to light. Justice will prevail. We may be blind in this still, but justice will come no matter. So we kind of have to, that may be the best that we get here for this person, I feel like has wronged us in some kind of way. Now, on the obedience, like we may have been under the thumb of this person for a while in the past or whatnot. So there's a sense here of at one point being blindly obedient. But now we realize our mistake is what they said. On top of that, to clarify, wash away your burdens. So the sense here is that we may have had a false sense of security in someone, or a false sense of like leadership, letting someone lead that really didn't deserve to be leading us down this road or in this way. That kind of thing is the sense I get. And they're giving me a sense here, right, not only of the tears to be able to feel the deception and the betrayal, if that's what it came down to, but to release that, feel it to release it. Okay, the hope, on top of that, we get time to ground. Yeah, the revelations will come, is what they said. So even though we are coming from a strong point at this time, we've put a boundary down, absolutely. Put that boundary down, set that limit. Feel like we're gonna falter in the future. either this person's going to up their game and kind of counterbalance, or we're just going to start to feel like we were too hard, too harsh. They're going, not harsh enough. But the fact is here, it is not our duty to chastise this person. They will get what they deserve in balance. And they're going, even though we don't see all that they've done wrong, and this is why we're not balanced in the way we're going at them. That they're not promoting the chastising, but they're still saying there's still more yet that needs to be uncovered. How that'll go is quite rocky. Don't know that we'll get all revealed, but like they said, the justice is going to be there. Don't you start problems, little guy, little girl. Okay, playful. Speaking of which, someone's playing with the fact that they know things that you don't know. We get surrender to the flow. I think what they're saying there is just give in to the fact that we caught this person. Amends will need to be made. They are not made. We just stand up for that boundary and continue forward the way that we're meant to go, where we feel driven to go, Because there's a process here that's going to happen, whether you know it all or not. There's a process that's going to come down on this person that, karmically or whatever. There's justice here going to happen. Okay. The overall animal card as we move forward is the sea turtle. And from that we get, I think it says stability, but I got to make sure. Yeah, stability. This is interesting to me because I always notice, I'm going to push this in. I always notice the sea turtle, right? And then there's a little girl on there and she's hugging like a dinosaur, well, a turtle egg is what, it's not focusing. She's hugging a turtle egg here. And it's almost like she's fell asleep when it was still an egg and she doesn't know it's going to end up being a turtle. So she's going to get harmed. She could get harmed by it, like bitten or whatever. She doesn't know what could happen, right? Something that is changing underneath our feet, like kind of thing, or right under our nose, literally. That kind of thing. Something is morphed. And I feel like that's what happened with this person from the Gemini's point of view. This person, we may have thought they were an egg and now they're turning into a turtle. And this is a hard adjustment because we weren't working with the turtle, we're working with an egg. This kind of thing, right? So wasn't all it's cracked up to be, is what they said. Oh man, sense of humor. They got a goofy sense of humor like me. Okay, so that's that. That is the energy for the Gemini. The hard crack here. I feel like a lot of the videos from last week or the week before are very supportive to this. So that is that. A revealing, an unveiling. It's really what I feel here. King of Air is taking charge. So look out. Okay. Now we are on to Libra's energy. Spiritually, here we go. First card. 53, 31. 13, Queen of Earth. So that is more stable and grounded than we are naturally in our own element. Also more abundant is what they're saying. We're feeling more abundant than we ever have in our life here. The Libras are recognizing what they truly have as they move forward. Next card, 8. A lot of earth energy here. 8 of Earth. Again, that's about, I'm getting proud of accomplishments, proud of what they've achieved, because they've got a lot to show. Sorry, verbs and stuff. They've got a lot to show for what and where they're at, and they're very proud of this. Yeah. Saying something about the wand there, but I'm going to go forward. The father energy, that's masculine energy here. I feel like what they're trying to say with the wand is like we're learning to become stable on our own. So some people may be in the single life here and just going through the motions. Now the father is a masculine energy. These could be companion energies. Is kind of what I get. It's almost like they're showing these two as a couple, but yet I feel her being single. So I'm not too sure. This could literally be a father type energy, but nonetheless, on top of the Queen of Earth, 16, the Tower. Okay, this is interesting to me because I'm getting a sense now. Did we have a tower fall on us? And that made us realize what we have, or made us gain the things that we have. And the sense that I'm getting is a relationship here. Do we have a relationship collapse? And because of this, though, we went out on our own and accomplished things on our own and feel abundant on our own and feel great and wonderful. Is this what happened in our, not so distant past? They're going distant, but not so distant. The tower may have fallen here in some kind of way having to do with the Libra energy. And because of this, we have gained more power over it, is what they're saying. So they're just making you aware of that. Something that needed to go went, and now we can move forward in a more abundant way. Field of energy is what they said. So on top of this, 5, 6, 7, 8 of Earth, again, where I felt like she was putting her stake in the ground, claiming her stake in life here, right? We may have been with a partner but didn't claim our life, and now we're without, and we are moving forward in strength. We have the Justice card. Yeah, that is about balancing things. So we had something in our lives here that just wasn't working for us. And now that we let it go, things are going to balance out. We have balanced out emotionally, spiritually, whatever. In all ways, they're going always, all levels. One thing we were holding on to and it created havoc in our lives is what they said. The Father. Now, this could be the energy, I don't know. I'm kind of getting a block off to this person, so maybe I'm not supposed to dive into there too much. We don't want to bring that back if that's what we left. But nonetheless, someone who is very focused either on us or their way forward. To clarify, we get the Magician. They're going, that's the Libra's energy again. They're going, we'll get back to that energy in a few levels later here, but they're going the Magician. We finally feel in charge of our life and empowered to go forward. There's a wand of action being illuminated here to the woman. He's giving it to her to say, go ahead, take action. Here you go. You got all the tools. The last one he's going to give her is the Ace of Wands, which is the fire to move forward. So on top of the Tower, to clarify what happened there, we have the World, the completion. So yeah, just as I figured, there's some kind of a completion of an energy here. Again, I feel it was a relationship thing, something we needed to let go that was highly holding us back, just not in realization of this until we left. A little while after we left, till we realized. Top of the Justice card, we get 6 of Cups, the past. There will be justification for our past. We will realize what the worth of this after it is gone far from us. We are getting there, but needing to illuminate that process. The past here is gone. Though we may have some emotional debris to deal with yet, that's all fine and good. We have the power to do that, and we're more than, what do you call that? More than equipped to do that. On top of the Magician's energy, we get 4 Cups, external support. So we may have had a lot of external support for us moving out of this area that we were in. Again, they're not tapping into this energy. So here we go. I'm going to pull this down. So I'm going to leave that Father energy sitting out because there's something to do with that. I don't know where it sits. So As we move into the masculine and feminine energy that the Libra's carrying here, we have the first one is a masculine, talking about confidence. They're going, yes, gaining confidence as we move forward in this new direction. This is what we're doing. Next card, expansiveness. It has, they're showing me her moving forward like a slingshot. This person was really holding us back. They're going deliberately, by the way. Yeah, they're going, you can put that card up now because we're going to go there. Okay, so the next card is a masculine and it talks about communications. I said this person, they're going correct. Now we had to leave this person in order to gain some self-worth, to realize our self-worth. This person did not, they're saying, did not realize our worth to them, okay? Just give me a moment here to kind of line this all up. Now, yeah, someone's going to take action and come to communicate. This man here, who is very focused in the past, but here it's a different kind. It's almost, is he? Yeah. They're going, it's almost like he's like this instead of, look at the stance there. Almost passive aggressive. It's physically passive, emotionally aggressive. They're going, now we are all in line. We need to communicate something forward. It's like we've taken stock here of this person's worth. We see the confidence exuding. Okay, so there's a realization through this person, okay, about the Libra energy. To expand on the self-esteem, we have love. Okay, so this is a love direction now. Give me moments. Heart of Stone. They're going, we all can learn from this. Flip of energy. Okay, so on top of this card here, which was in the feminine, talking about expansiveness, right? Okay, they're going, that's the point here of all of this mess. Leaving this partner is to realize the love that we carry, to expand the love that we carry for these two people back and forth. On top of that, we get invisible. Yeah. So the Libra may have felt invisible in this person's energy, felt like they didn't exist. Not in a proper way anyway. If we're talking about love, we felt invisible to this person. Now on top of that person's energy, we get choices. Okay. So there's some choices that this person has to make. Yeah, the sense is the Libra somehow got disconnected from this energy. I feel like it was a fed upness. I'm fed up. I'm out of here. Going on to move toward things that build our self-esteem up. Was this person that brought us down, held us back quite highly. This person has some choices to make in order to come back in our direction. But nonetheless, they are, how do you express that? Because you notice she wants to expand forward. This man is standing upright. He is not expanding in the same way. Okay, just keep that in mind. Made us feel invisible. Has he evolved or not? I feel like this is the choice. Are we going to continue to take advantage of this person, meaning that person of the Libra, or are they going to, they're going to expand as well? Is what I'm getting. We only got 3 cards left. Okay, love. On the love side again, we don't want our heart to turn to stone, so we had to leave because it was getting hardened quite quickly in this direction because we felt invisible by the partner. Okay, so on top of that stone heart, we get embrace the dark. And they're giving me a sense here that not only was our partner in dark energy, but brought us down to that level as well. Both partners dealing with darker, like shadow work, really at the same time, and then trying to join. They're going, this does not work. In an ideal way, it does not work. Yeah, that moon is being illuminated here. Just give me a minute. They're going, the tools are all on the Libra side. It is the moon that foreshadows the the person on the other end of this Libra. They are in unawares of certain things, though there's little blinks of highlights of light that wants to shine through, right? On top of the invisible. Wow. Make the sacrifice. So again, that was their yeah, they're going, that was their choice to do that, to make, that was their urgings. Their soul urging was, we need to make a sacrifice here of this person. Why? Because they're in complete darkness. I cannot deal with my own darkness, let alone their darkness. We needed to separate to deal with our own dark issues separately. A sense here, either codependence or wanting to dump each other's issues on each other, just too close, intermingled, needing to separate to deal with these things. Yeah, interesting energy. Because there's the woman with the dark and the light, and then the darkness in the middle with the dark and the light, and the man with the dark and the light. You're just dealing with issues here galore, too much so to have a decent relationship in and amongst all of this. There's too much spiritual growth going on that they couldn't deal with each other. Boom, there it is. Okay. So on top of the choices I feel for the partner of the Libra, we got to embrace the feminine. So if that's a masculine energy, they are. Now, be aware here, we may have someone. Boy, this pregnancy energy is just making its rounds, isn't it? All of a sudden. We may have someone here in fertile energy in what way or another. Okay, I can't even. Yeah, they're showing me the eggs about to burst. So there may be someone here, not only are they pregnant, but ready to give birth. Okay. So this may be part of the process of things. I don't know. This may also be part of the process the male's going through, birthing a new part of him. So if he was in dark energy, he may be trying to birth the light side of himself forward to the partner, to reveal that side of things here, because it's not just about, embracing the feminine side. Really is what I got, the lighter side, everything of light. He is needing to do this, and for some, maybe quite engaged in this already, wanting to show that outward. Okay, because dark light. Whew. Now that's it. That's all for the, what is this? The Libra energy. Yeah. Final. Okay, so the animal card to overview all of this. Wow. I have the polar bear. He's been making rounds too, man. Talking about ancestors. Now, this is interesting to me. A new card. Now, the sense I get here is tradition in a masculine kind of way. We may have had a father that had things happen to him that are happening to me, this man, that his grandfather, like a lineage of things. Okay, an example, maybe my grandfather cheated on my grandmother, and my father cheated on my mother, or whatever. There's a line of this, and it's going all the way down. Now, feel like this is what this man is either going to becoming aware of, or dealing with at this time to a certain degree, is trying to break cycles in that way, having to with ancestry, or an awareness of where they sit amongst this. Now, I'm looking back on the cards here because we had this Queen of Earth energy. Yeah, no, we didn't have. Which means someone who is fairly grounded. And the Libra is fairly grounded in where they sit at this point. They have all the tools to overcome. The sense here is there's a partner here that, or a person, or an opportunity that needs to make some decisions about how they want to go forward in a new direction. But I don't know that it's in the Libra's direction per se. It's kind of up in the air. It's like, I don't know where I want to go. I'm developing, but right? The Libra is on their own. They're doing quite well. So this is really up in the air. It's not landing anywhere. But there is a sense of a completion here nonetheless. So we have to keep that in mind. I feel very much on the Libra being aware of that, acknowledging that. There's a completion here. So I do feel like a relationship or some kind of partnership has ended, but something wants to be birthed. And a communication wants to come forward from this person. So in whatever way, it may just be someone needing to have their say about what happened here so that for whatever reason to balance things out. Okay. Next week, I guess we'll see. We'll go back into, I don't know, a lot of these, they said take the love cards out of it, but they're still going in that love direction. So that's interesting to me. But it is more in a spiritual way that we're dealing. But nonetheless, so that is the air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. So these will be reposted again here, I don't know, 2-3 days, whenever Facebook or YouTube here decides. I will be in tomorrow for the rest of the signs. We have left water and fire in that order. So I will see you tomorrow for that. Take care, have fun, and be kind.